Hey guys, this is the Tourney, and this is another high-level Heroes 5 Tribes of the East duel match. And this match is between Duels-Vangelis21 on the left is Academy, and Fiur on the right is Dungeon. So take a look at their respective heroes. You can see both of these are generally considered pretty magic-heavy factions, reflected in the Academy hero stats. Very big emphasis on spell power and knowledge. 6 attack, 6 defense, 20 spell power, 17 knowledge. If we look at his creatures, they all have the 61% spell damage reduction artifact, which is a very wise choice, considering that dungeon heroes are very well known for very painful destructive magic, so this would largely mitigate the amount of damage a dungeon hero could deal. Also bringing the magnetic golems and, of course, the immune gargoyles. Looking at the combat skills as well, we see expert defense and vitality, so pretty decent amount of combat skills for a wizard. Look at the dungeon hero. 14 attack, 6 defense, 23 spell power, 14 knowledge. So much greater attack, about equal spellcasting stats, maybe a little less knowledge. Overall, about equal. But the Academy army also has 3 morale and no luck, while the dungeon army has 4 morale and 1 luck. So it's slightly superior in that department. However, no might skills whatsoever on the dungeon army, interestingly enough. So the Academy army is, for once, actually, at least theoretically, superior in might skills to its opponents. So I think it's going to be a very interesting game. See the tiny stack of Stalkers and Blood Furies there, maybe for blocking or charge blocking, so we'll see what comes to that. Anyways, let's get underway. I feel like these Blood Furies might try and charge block one of the units here. Yep. Oh no, they're heading back. They must be intending for something else. There goes the second stack. Actually doing some decent damage there. And 2 of the cats died. I think the reason it didn't show yet might have something to do with the delay, but on the attack. But we'll find out. And the Grim Raiders actually, unfortunately, not going first, which means that their charge power has been greatly weakened. You can see the Academy here trying to blow them apart before they run across and one-shot the Titans, or the Cats, which they had been known to do. Will not be doing this time, however, thanks to their great reduction in numbers. And the first spell coming out, you can see the Academy heroes opted for Sultans, or Sultans instead of this. I want a Frenzy on the Red Dragon. Let's see if the Dungeon hero can do anything about that. Grim Raiders dying. Oh, very, very clever on the dungeon. That is excellent. So, rather than try and get rid of the frenzy, he's like, oh, why not just teleport the frenzied creature directly into my opponent's battle line? That backfiring spectacularly for the Academy hero there. He's not only able to fight the Red Dragons, but even more pissed off than normal, so it's going to be quite funny. We get to see some more shenanigans involved around this frenzied Red Dragon. That's great on the Dungeon hero's part. Oh, and still going. Absolutely hilarious. I think that means they may have a teleport assault on the dungeon hero. Sorry, I didn't see that exactly, but that Red Dragon just went quite quickly. Unless it just got morale, which I think may have some others. Oh, but taking 2 casualties. Retaliation's going to be pretty painful, I would imagine. No, not that bad. And let's see if there's still frenzy and steep up to this point. Oh, so the frenzy is gone, so they're back in the dungeon hero's control, but they're also going to kind of get wailed on here because they are out, basically totally surrounded by the Academy hero's army. Did basically completely annihilate the battle mages and the entire stack of cats, though, so their sacrifice will not be in vain. Again, a very clever and humorous maneuver on the dungeon hero's part there. But a frenzy in the Blood Furies. No such shenanigans this time, looks like. They will look like probably be hitting the Shadow Mistresses, as the dragons can get away from the heat of the whole Academy army here. Just beat on some poor helpless gremlins, you know, why not? Oh, he's using the fodder stack to absorb it. Very clever. See, this dungeon hero has been handling the frenzies quite well. In fact, that may even be why he brought those fodder stacks around. Just to kind of handle the dark magic he thought Academy would be bringing. And as we've seen in the past, Dungeon Hero, Hydra needs retaliation here, but... oh, sorry, they won't, did you, they're 2 square, I apologize. As we've seen in the past, Academy heroes often bring these mentor resistance artifacts, so dungeon heroes will not even try destructive, bring dark instead. And I think that Phoenix may just have been frenzied. Yep. So this is going to be a bit more painful, I think, because there's going to be no real way to get out of the way of this Phoenix. And that's a big Phoenix. Big amount of damage, so that could be quite lethal. We'll see how this goes. You know, this Blood Furies or Mistresses are probably going to end up eating this attack with unfortunate consequences. So the hero is very unfortunately going immediately after the Phoenix. So amusing as it would be to see a Phoenix teleport in here or something, I don't think we'll be seeing that. Unless he can do something. Oh, looks like the Furies are just going to hit the Phoenix. And the intended debuff. Oh, yep, one hit in the stack. That's very powerful. The intended debuff from the Mistresses looks like Green for the Titans, instead impacting the Gremlins. So, still debuff in 70, but not exactly what the dungeon hero or Fiur wanted, I imagine. Mistresses getting teleported right in the middle of the Academy Alliance. This is interesting. I think the Hydras. It's hard to tell whether the Hydras or the Titans are actually closer at this point. Oh, but a resurrection. That ever powerful resurrection from the Academy heroes. And this is looking pretty bad for Dungeon at that moment. He's been handling the dark magic fairly well, but the fact is it still cost him his pretty much entire stack of Blood Furies. And that's no fun. Seeing as he brought lesser creatures to the battlefield in the first place with his 2 double stacks, it's going to be a bit of a problem. See, no Minotaurs at all, and very few level 1s. Oh, and so I didn't even notice the ammo cart. So the ammo cart ate the Phoenix attack there. And, okay, the Phoenix is back in his hand, so let's see if he does have teleport, so... No, he does not, so the Dragon check good morale really, but that Titan's going to be in for a world of hurt. Of course, all the Wizard or Academy hero has to do is kill off the Red Dragon, the Mistresses, and the Hydras to get the Phoenix to go away. The Hydras in particular may be difficult to bring down, but the Mistresses will go down quite quickly. Well, these Titans are going to be heavily debuffed at this point. They may be in some serious trouble. Yep, those Mistresses are basically dead, so the Hydras are basically the only thing keeping the dungeon player in the game right now, but I don't know that the Phoenix is going to be able to kill fast enough to overcome the army of the Academy. Or killing the Hydras, if quite slowly. Depending on how fast the Phoenix are going to that means what kind of shenanigans you see up, and a dual resurrection with Mark of the Wizard. It's very powerful. But the Hydras will be regenerating a crazy amount of HP, so this will be very interesting to see. Damn. How much did they regenerate right there? 271 hit points, so... Basically, we're not going to be seeing these Hydras brought down very quickly without non-magical assistance, I don't think. So the Hydra, or the Phoenix can be killed, which is quite feasible. That may be another matter. The Hydras, although they're regenerating a lot, are a very slow unit, so it's quite possible they won't act fast enough or regenerate fast enough to be able to overcome the damage being dealt. So we have a Wasp Swarm Hive on the field there. Quite really good. Well, let's just straight back. Like a decent amount of damage, especially on the multiple resurrected and probably quite low HP cats, but the Hydra's getting down dangerously small numbers here. If they go down, that is game. So, Phoenix is going to kind of take some heat off the Hydras. Oh, a lucky strike killing the Titans. So, at this point, the Phoenixes can really start tearing into the Academy army, but when the Academy heroes, or Evangelists, has shown he's got a few tricks up his sleeve, so we'll see how this goes. Should be quite interesting. And that looks like we have some dead space here. Let me try and skip that. Oh, another hive's going. It's going again. Sorry about that. Replays work in mysterious ways. And another resurrection coming down, so this is going to be a real pain for the dungeon player, but some resurrections of his own, so looks like we're going to have a mana fight, and they're both quite even at this point in terms of available mana. There's a Phoenix going on. This is around 600 hit points. And it's going to start tearing apart that Academy army. These cats in particular have to be fairly low on HP. Okay, I think the Wasp Hive might be messing with the Reckless Beat. Hydra's getting beaten on, and they have crazy regeneration, but their actions come so slowly that they're not quite able to regenerate as fast as they could. Hydra's a little bit of mediocre use because their initiative is so very cool looking though, so you gotta love them. The Fuck Missile Overwatch choice protecting the Hydra's here from the nearly all-range dungeon army. And another resurrection coming down, but since the cats are finally brought down, they will not be able to use Market Link Ranch on 5 red dragons coming back, so that's going to be quite painful for the Academy player. Now the Hydra's getting dangerously low in numbers here. Phoenix is going to tear apart these magnetic wolves. Likely do the same to the Sultans or Gargoyles quite soon. They have a Hive going. The Nuclear has been doing low respectable damage. Mistress is going. Oh, solid damage there thanks to the lower HP and the Resurrection. And not a bad debuff either. Mistresses, I do like them much better than the normal dungeon. Tier 6 the matriarchs, because range tier 6 has just never really felt that great to me. It's a personal thing, and I like their close combat focus much more than the kind of shots of the matriarchs. Be interesting to see what he's going to do here. Yep, another resurrection. This might just drag into whoever can resurrect more things than their opponent. Oh, and air elemental's coming out. Interesting. Looks like we'll be seeing an end to this fight very soon. Wasp Swarm's actually killing a Titan. If I had to guess, I would think that we might see the Wasp Hive maybe finish off the Gremlins. I'm curious, because no hero actions are coming still. Maybe this might be a disconnect as well. It's quite possible. We will see. I'm hoping this one actually has an ending, but it's not looking too likely at the moment. There are unfortunately 2 disconnects, but they're spectacular games nonetheless. So. The Dragon's wow, the Phoenix there. Not finishing the Gremlins, unfortunately. Yep, and that is a disconnect. So if we look at the battlefield, look at the heroes, it's hard to say who would win here. 75 mana, 66 mana. In my eyes, the dungeon hero does appear to have a bit of an edge on the battlefield at the moment. Or more than a bit of an edge. Might be able to kill all the creatures the Academy hero can resurrect, but at the same time, you should never count out a spellcasting hero, because the shenanigans they can pull are just crazy. So, hesitant to call this one, especially since I'm not exactly a player of this caliber myself, but I would say that the dungeon hero probably has an advantage at the moment. So anyways, sorry about the disconnect. They do happen, but it's, in my opinion, worth it to see some really good play. Some very funny stuff in this game. The teleporting the frenzied units, that was quite excellent. That's one way to deal with them, and really cool play overall from both sides. Really interesting to see two very similar spellcasting heroes face off like that, and some of the tactics they employed. So as always, thanks for watching. This was the TotE-High, and I'll see you all later.